Okay, so I've been playing around with Claude Code for around 8 months now, and I think I've built quite a few amazing things even though I know nothing about code. I'm a designer, so prior to using Claude Code, I had no idea anything about code at all actually. And I want to document everything I've learned so far here, and I've summarized everything to 7 pointers or reminders lah, because I think the tips that I could share, you could find it online, because I would have gotten the same tips you got from any other AI guru online. So these are more reminders and like things that I encountered on a daily basis when I use Claude Code. So yeah, the first one I got is to prep all my materials and name them accordingly before the start of every project, because I realized that the back and forth for gathering the assets and making sure that Claude Code knows which file I'm referring to can be quite irritating, especially when you're in the zone, right? You're like typing and like prompting, and then all of a sudden they say they can't find this file, and you have to open up your file explorer or your finder, and then you start going through it trying to find it, right? And I think that's quite distracting for me. So now I like to prep all the materials and I name them all in a way that I can remember them. So yeah. For the second one, before every project, I will make sure I'm on the model that I want to use and the effort level that I want to use. Because I heard somewhere, I think one of the creators, right, that if I were to switch model or switch effort level mid-session, it would read through my entire chat history again, and then that would be quite a waste of tokens lah. So I always check that first before I start every project. And for the third one, because I'm on the pro plan, I'm not on a max. I'm only paying like $20 a month, I think. And because of that, my token limits are quite little. So I always keep track of my context token and my 5-hour window limit token. And every time the context limit, my context window reaches 50 or 60%, I would clear the entire session and start a fresh one. So what really helps for this especially is adding a status line. If you're using Claude Code on your terminal, is to add this thing called status line. You can / status line, and then you can get Claude Code to add the few key details about your token usage right below your text box. So for me, that really helps to see where I am, and I can gauge how much I can use. So yeah. And for the fourth one, I think it's pretty basic. It's just to use /voice, because for me, I don't think I type really slowly. I just feel like it's easier to let your ideas run when you're speaking. And on top of that, it's faster lah. At least for me, it's faster than if I were to type. I think it's a pretty new addition in Claude Code CLI, where you can / voice. Not / just /, I think. Actually, which one is /? Fuck. Okay, sorry, it's just /. Okay, it's just /voice, and then you can hold spacebar and you can just start talking. Although the recognition isn't very great yet, but I mean, it's better than paying for it, I guess. But yeah. And for the fifth one, at the end of every major to-do or task, I would update my Claude on Claude.md. And I've been neglecting this for a very long time, because usually the projects or the components that I was trying to build, that I would try to build, are usually quite small. So I don't have the habit of updating my files so that Claude will understand it if I have to refresh the session. But there will be times where you have to start a fresh session. If not, you're just wasting a huge ton of tokens. So, and it doesn't take a lot of tokens to update the Claude.md. So yeah, huge mistake for me. And for the next one, it's this thing called TTL, which is time to live. I think it's a pretty common term among the software kind of space or the technical space. But in this context, in AI context, is basically how long you can leave your session without prompting. Because I believe for the pro plan is an hour. If you leave your session alone for an hour without prompting, when you come back to it, to try to prompt again, Claude will have to uncache all your tokens and sort of read through your history, read through all your commands, all your prompts in your history, and it will exhaust a lot of tokens. I believe in the terminal they would indicate at the bottom. So once that appears, you don't have to lah. But for me, I think it's better to just start a fresh session. So that's why it's important to update your Claude.md, because for me, I sort of just forgot. I would forget about this. So yeah. Okay, and then for the last one, it's pretty basic, but before I create any new skill, which is quite a booming thing right now, is to create your own Claude skill, right? I would check if there's already an existing one online that I could just copy or download, because this happened to me quite a few times, because I try to be smart, right? I try to create my own skill, right? Because I'm trying to be a pro at this, right? And then I create a new skill, and I think I would be watching a YouTube video or some creator, and then they will mention they have this skill, they created this skill as well, and then they published it online and we can go and find it. Then I will go and search for it, and I will realize that the skill that they made, they put in a lot more hours than me. So the extent of what their skill can do is the skill that I make couldn't even compare. So it's like, why did I even waste time trying to do it? Just find it, right? And yeah, I think that's generally all the things that I can remember in the past 8 months that I've always struggled with. And I mean, for me right now, I primarily use Claude Code on Cursor, which I thought was quite a good thing when I just started out, because I get to read the code, I get to learn about all the codes, right? But at this point in time, I don't even look at the code. I at most look at the global CSS. Yeah, I think that's all I look at. Even if I don't look at it, I can just ask Claude Code, what's the tokens for this color style, this text style, or just get it to list all the text styles, all the tokens. So I don't really have to look at the global CSS. So I've been thinking of switching to Conductor, which is quite a talked about thing right now. So I'm probably gonna try it out. But yeah, there's quite a few things that I feel like I haven't tried with AI that I'm planning to soon. So this is everything I've learned so far up until this point, and hopefully in the next 6 to 8 months there'll be another video like this that is a lot more enriching. So yeah, see you in the next one, I guess.